and welcome to my kitchen. This is the hub of our busy house, and I just wanted to first of all start by just showing you these incredible fruits and vegetables. Just look at the colors, look at the textures, the flavors are different, even the herbs, some are tall and thin and tangy, and others are just different flavors, minty. The smells of them, you can even smell radishes, a bit more burny, really good for colds and flu and that kind of thing. Helps with the mucus if you've got a cold. Just look at the variety. Some with smooth, some with knobbly. Even this little pawpaw, I just wanted you to enjoy this with me. Look at that. This is a papaya, little pawpaw, very few seeds in there, sadly. But isn't that incredible? Just the beauty of it, that even within this design is a beautiful little star. And actually, very interesting, the seeds of the papaya actually help fight against parasites, which is really fantastic if you eat the seeds, rather like pumpkin seeds. So just first of all, I just wanted you to enjoy the loveliness of nature, and actually locked within all of these fruits and vegetables and plants is actually incredible nutrition. So basically what we're going to do, what we do with juicing is we actually, we're going to unlock all the nutrition, and we're just going to put it through the juicer, and it's going to be more bioavailable to the cells. So you might say, well, why on earth should we juice? Why should we not just, why can't we just eat the food? Well, of course we can eat it, and actually the fiber is very good for us, particularly the soluble fiber. Fiber just goes through your intestine, and the fiber is actually not used, besides the fact that it just provides roughage. But actually what is used is what's locked in to each of these. The juice that is locked into each of these is incredibly nutritious. So for example, it's just quite amazing. If I take a lemon, for example, a lemon is just one of the most incredible things. Okay, it's very good for cleaning, not only physically, but actually it's very good for cleaning your intestinal gut. In fact, it's so good at cleaning, if you rub lemon on your teeth, it actually eats away at the enamel of your teeth. So you have to be very careful. If you're using it as a mouthwash, you need to dilute it, you need to dilute the juice. It's actually just packed with incredible things. Lemons have the ability to dissolve gallstones and kidney stones, and it's just really, it's just an incredible fruit. And also helps with the pH of your system. Although it's acidic, it actually changes the system to alkaline. So okay, so what I'm going to show you, first of all, you might go to the shop and you might buy a carton of juice. Your carton of apple juice is going to look something like this when you pour it in the glass. I'm going to just show you the difference when I just take 2 apples and I just juice them, and I want to show you something. I'm just going to stick them in there. So actually this is a fast juicer. You also get a very slow masticating juicer, which actually gets the nutrients out of the cell, it gets the nutrients much faster. Much more thoroughly out of the plants. But actually it's very much slower. So take a look at the difference between those 2 juices. One of those juices is actually is the bought juice. It's been pasteurized and heated, highly heated. This one, you can see the soluble fiber that is going to go straight into your system, and just so much better for you. So yeah, so just the difference between the juices is quite marked between just buying a carton of juice and actually getting a juicer and juicing it yourself. So I'm going to now just demonstrate demonstrate to you a ginger shot. So why would we have a ginger shot? I try to get my family to have a ginger shot every day. Ginger, normally I do quite a lot. We've got quite a big family, but you would actually take about 3 centimeters of ginger, just probably about that size, and you would mix your ginger with lemon. So it depends on how many you're making for, but I normally would juice it. You can actually just put ginger and apple. That is the basic recipe. Of course, I love to use lemon as well, just because of the incredible goodness and cleaning properties of the lemon. So I'm going to now just pop in ginger. I've actually cut my ginger and peeled it because my juicer doesn't do very well with when it's too full of fiber. But most juices you can just bang it in like that. So I'm going to stick in my ginger, and I'm going to pop in an apple, and I'm actually also going to pop in a lemon just to improve it. Improve the nutritional quality of the lemon. Okay, and there we have it. It's gone all the way through. So I would generally take one of these, and I would just serve it at breakfast to everybody, give it to everybody, not actually that much. So I would actually divide that. We actually really enjoy a ginger shot, so but I would probably divide that between 3 of us, and they would all just swig it down. So there's your ginger shot, and it just very good for keeping away colds. If you can feel a cold coming on, ginger, antiviral, antibacterial, just an incredible plant full of incredible qualities. And there again, of course, you wouldn't be able to eat that. You can steep it in some tea with a bit of hot water, but actually, of course, to have it raw is going to be much better for you. So that was basically, you can see that in all of these plants there is just solid liquid nutrition coming in, and it's very bioavailable to the cells, very good for you. So it's just a wonderful thing to have all this nutrition that's just so easy to get. The second thing I wanted to make for you is actually you would actually get a lemon. I've peeled my lemon. As I said, my juicer prefers not to do the peel. Some juicers are fine with peel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut 1/3 of the lemon, 1/2 to 1/3, and I'm going to cut my apple in half, and I'm going to sandwich my apple, and I'm going to just pop it in just like that, and I'm going to make some delicious lemonade. So you wouldn't believe how nice this is. It's actually lovely. And actually, the other thing that you can do is you can actually add mint to your lemonade and make it a really minty kind of lemonade. Of course, the masticating or slow juicer is going to do this much faster and much better because it's going to get all the nutrition out of this. If you're going to do it with this juicer, you actually need to actually put I'm just going to put some more lemon in there so that I can make some more, and then I'm going to put the mint between, sandwich it between, just so that it works more effectively in getting the mint out. Okay, now this might appeal to some people. It might not appeal to other people. I'm just going to put this here. You could actually leave it just like that as lemonade. It's lovely. You could make it into lemon lollies as well. So the other thing you could do is you could actually add something like blueberries or blackberries to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this blender now, and I'm going to blend some blackberries, and I'm going to pour that in on top. It's just, and it's going to give it a beautiful color. And that is going to go down extremely well. Instead of red juice with all sorts of colorants and preservatives, we're gonna have this delicious lemonade. So yeah, so that's a lovely idea. Nice to serve in the summer when it's nice to serve in the summer when it's really hot, and yeah, that's great. Just make us a green juice that is pretty much a staple for breakfast that we have very often. Spinach, celery, cucumber, and apple. I usually add apple. Some people don't add apple. So I'm just going to put in the spinach. It's a natural diuretic, and it's actually incredibly good for cooling, as a coolant. If you are very sunburned and you have cucumber juice, you can actually put it on your skin, and it's very soothing. So a lot of the things that we use, we can actually just use natural juices instead of sometimes the toxic things that we use. So actually what I'm going to do now, this, as you can see, I'll just show you on my glass, it's just a beautiful green juice. So you could have it just like that, or you could actually just up the nutrition value. Now obviously an avo is full of nutrition. It contains all the amino acids actually that we need in our bodies. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an avo. Now it's very interesting. What you can actually do with an avo is you can actually freeze avo as well. You would just peel it, and you could either just scoop it out with a spoon, or you can just take the peel off. And yeah, I'm just going to add it in there, the avo, and then I'm going to put a bit of the juice in, and I'm going to blitz it. Now at this point you could actually add all sorts of things to up your nutrition value. So you could actually put hemp powder from hemp seeds, which you can actually get, which actually just ups the protein. You could put in moringa from moringa leaves, or you could put in spirulina, which is a blue-green algae that's very, very rich in all sorts of things. So I'm just going to blend this. Okay, that should be enough. Just blitz it, and it's just making, it's just going to blitz it again. And I'm going to add it to my, I'm just going to pour that in. And this is actually a thick juice. So you get, it's not really, I suppose it's a thickie or a thinny, so you could actually get a smoothie. So this is actually a really, really lovely juice if you're looking for good nutrition in the morning. So it's quite thick. It is to camouflage things that people don't actually enjoy, maybe your children don't enjoy, but things that you know is really good for them, into juices. So I've got a carrot and beetroot juice. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to take broccoli, which is not necessarily something that a lot of them like. I'm just going to cut a piece of the stem, and I'm going to actually just pop that into the juice as well. I'm going to take some dhania, which is coriander is another name, very good for removing heavy metals, maybe from vaccines that have had mercury in them or that kind of thing, heavy metals from your fillings if people have had fillings. So I'm going to include those. I'm going to include some beet tops, and I'm going to pop in beetroots, and I'm actually going to mix carrots and orange. So here I go, and carrot is a incredible food, full of beta carotene, many incredible properties, vitamin C. We love carrots. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop these in first. The broccoli stem, which is going to give us a lot of juice. I'm going to sandwich the coriander or the dhania between the apple and these little bits. These would obviously do a lot better in the masticating juicer, as I've said before, but for now I'm just going to pop them in there. Whoops. And I'm just going to pack things on top to make it go. So I'm going to add a bit of courgette as well, a little baby courgette. I'm going to pop in orange and just bang it all through. And I'm just going to show you that beautiful red beetroot juice. And it tastes delicious, and nobody would even know that it's got things like broccoli and courgette in. So you can get the vitamins and nutrients in. The other way, if your family is battling with the juices, the other way to do it would be to start with smoothies and then introduce juices into the smoothies. A favorite one of my family would be the blueberries or blackberries, banana, a bit of cacao. You can add dates, they sweeten everything. You can include your nuts and your seeds, and you can add some juices to that smoothie, which just gives it a super boost for them all. So thanks for joining me. Okay, bye.